is 6 o'clock. Gonna hit mute here. All right, so it is pretty much winter now, and it's probably colder out there for you guys, so it's important that we do a warm-up, although I cooked soup in my place today, so my entire room is super hot right now. Let's warm up. Swing the arms, lift those knees, brace the abs. We are going to start our boot camp. So as always, you can modify any of the movements. I will be showing low impact movements, high impact options, jump if you want. The goal is that you challenge yourself, push that heart rate up, fatigue the muscles, not to the point of injury or pulling anything, but just, challenge. The goal of boot camp isn't that it's going to be an easy piece of cake the whole time. Speaking of cake, maybe I should have some after this. All right, so let's kick the legs out. Get a little stretch in the hamstrings. Or reach in. Text him. What no worries. All right. I'm going to take the legs out to the side. And this is just to open up the hips, the groin area. If you want to bend your knees, bend your knees. We do a lot of things in the sagittal plane. This is the sagittal plane, right? And we don't do things as much in the lateral plane, just in day-to-day life, because we walk forward. We don't walk like this. We don't walk sideways. So it's really important that during the dynamic warm-up that we try to hit all these different planes of movement. All right, let's take the feet nice and wide. Knees and toes slightly turned out, aligned with each other for your squats. Your squat feet position can be anywhere from shoulder distance apart to much wider than your hips. Drop that butt back and down. Reach the arm forward if you like, just to engage those shoulders. Keep that chest up, braced abs. Looking good. You can go as low as you want for any squats that we do today. Well, any squats that you do ever in your life. 3, 2, and 1. Good. I know it's not very repetitive when I talk through these exercises because we do these lunges and squats in every single class, but it's just good reminder points for technique. And hopefully it's already ingrained in you, so you don't really have to think about technique too much anymore. You just move properly all the time. And that's good. Part of what good training does. And if you're doing some exercises that you've never done for the first time, exercise, feel free to take it slower, learn the movement, because you want to learn it properly. It's never about doing everything super fast or sloppy, right? You always want to get the technique down first, and then as you get proficient at it, you can do it faster and faster, still with good technique, and then get more of a challenge. So our lunges, back knee bent down to about ankle height. Both knees form about 90 degrees. Chest stays lifted. Abs stay braced. Okay, let's go on down for our plank. So with the wrists underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, forming a straight line from ears through shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. Don't forget that at the core of a push-up, it's a plank. So all that a push-up is that we bend our elbows while maintaining the plank position. Sometimes people do push-ups where their hips are moving like this, and we definitely don't want to do that. So if you want, you can do push-ups on your knees. I'm going to take my hands wider than my shoulders now, and I'm going to do 8 push-ups, lowering the chest to about elbow height. So when we target the chest, we want our hands wide. When we target the triceps, we want our hands at shoulder distance apart. Last one. All right, don't do too many. I just want to kind of get motion there in the arms and shoulder area before we start the bulk of the workout. So today's workout, I have fewer exercises done. Sometimes I do a wide variety of exercises and it can be confusing, but at least there's a lot of variety. Today my focus is on a few exercises with different timings. So we're going to do exercise A, B, 40 seconds, 20 seconds, 40 seconds, 20 seconds, and then do the same exercise for Tabata, 20-10, 20-10, 20-10. All right? So we're going to get really, really, really proficient at some of these exercises. All right, first exercise is called a blast off single knee plank. So there's no push-ups here. So you want your hands about hip distance apart. The blast off is here. So you push back with your butts, and then when you push forward or blast off forward, you take one knee up, floating right toward one elbow. All right, so I'm not crossing it, same elbow. A lot of abdominal bracing here. Push, alternate the knee. So try to keep the foot off the floor and try to really brace your abs. All right, your arms and shoulders get a lot of workout from this last motion, this push back to forward motion. And then the second exercise, which I can show during the 20-second rest, is going to be a lunge with a kick and then switch. All right, let's start here. Take water breaks at any time. We're starting in 10 seconds, starting with the blast.
Ready?
Okay, here we go. Blast off, one knee. Blast off, other knee. You don't need to keep looking at me. I want you to look at the floor between your thumbs. Keep the head and neck aligned with the spine. A lot of shoulder and arm stability here. 40 seconds of work. We've got about 20 seconds left. You should feel quite a lot of legs because you're bending into the knees and straining them. We have 5 seconds. Keep those abs nice and braced. Okay. So second exercise, you lunge here, you kick, lunge, and then you can switch. Kick, lunge, switch, or do a jump switch. Kick, jump switch, kick, jump switch. All right, here we go. Let's start. Kick, switch, kick, switch. So whenever you do plyometrics, which is this jump, you want to be explosive, but land softly. Absorb the impact with your muscles. So bending into the knees the moment you land. Do whatever you want with the arms. 10 seconds left. Right after this, we're going back to the first exercise, that blast off. Okay. We have 20 seconds of rest. If you want to get water, get water. Okay, we have 5 seconds.
Ready?
And here we go. Really sit back into your butts. And get that motion in the shoulder joints. You don't want to bump up when you find your plank. All right? But you don't want your hips to sag either. Try to keep the bent knee that drives in off the ground. 10 seconds. Okay. Shake it out, shake it out. Actually, this is more intense on the legs than I thought because I didn't realize how much the legs would work during that blast off. All right, here we go in 3 seconds. 2 and 1. Let's go. Kick, switch. You're always kicking with the rear leg. The leg is in the back. So you gotta switch which leg's in the back. Feel free to keep it low impact. Look for that 90 and 90-degree knee bend in the lunge. Get that stride length. You get a minute break after this. All right, take your minute break. Moving on. We have our bear plank.
Ready?
So a bear plank, if you recall, is where your knees are underneath your hips. Let the timer go. That's fine. And so let me just show you from here. We're going to be off our knees. Tap, tap. Jump your feet back. Do a push-up. You can also do push-ups on your knees. So you can stay in bear. Tap, tap. Put your knees down. Do the push-up. Come off your knees. Tap, tap. And a more challenging version is as you jump your feet back, you bend your elbows. See that? I jump back and do the push-up, and I come back as I straighten my arms. That's just an option. All right, and then do the tap tap, because it kind of breaks up some push-ups. All right, 20 seconds, we start. So you want your hands just outside of shoulder distance. You start with your knees under your hips, toes tucked under. And in about 5 seconds, we're going to lift the knees off the ground, do our alternating shoulder tap. All right, here we go. Tap, tap, jump back, push up. Tap, tap, push up. You want your feet hip distance apart, so you get stability when you lift an arm off the ground for those opposite shoulder taps. Knees under the hips, straight line brace. We're basically always starting with upper body and ending with lower body. 5 seconds. All right, we're done. Okay. Now we're going to try to stand to this really, really low ceiling. We're going to side step, side step. Our feet are in, out, in. Side step, side step. If you're keeping a low impact, just keep with continuous side steps.
Ready?
All right? If you're doing the jab, go ahead. Join me, join me. Out, in, step, step, out, in. Let me show you from the side. I'm really trying to maintain the same knee bend. Keep that chest up, spine straight. Step it out, jump out, in. Really feel that burn in your quads and your glutes because we are not standing up at all for these 40 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, back to our bear plank tap outs. So again, you want your feet at least hip distance apart. So when you lift the arms up, there's no major shifting. All right, ready? Knees off the ground. Let's go. Tap, tap, push up. Tap, tap, legs out, and push up. Bring it back in for that bear. My spine's always in neutral. There isn't a moment during this exercise where my spine rounds or arches. That's hard. I barely made that last push-up, okay? Don't lose your sense of humor while you're doing boot camp. Ready? And let's go.
Ready?
Up. If you want to just take one step and jack, I mean, you can do that. I mean, I'm just giving you ideas. Hopefully some variety. So we're not just doing squats and lunges and push-ups like all the time in its basic form. These are all variations of squats and lunges and push-ups. Working in different planes of motion. So this is lateral motion. We don't often walk sideways, so this is good to do. Stay low, stay low. You got 5 seconds. You can do it. Okay. Take a minute. Let me grab some water here. All right, a whole minute. It's really a minute and 20 seconds actually, because we have that 20-second break from the last 30 second. All right. So we're doing our burpee round. More movement. I guess that's my theme for today. So you can do your burpee. If you want to walk or jump back, push up optional. When you come in, you're going to walk to the side just one time. Burpee, side step. But you're side stepping very low. There's no standing up. Now, if you want to add a jump, you can though. So that's a non-jumping version. We have about another 20 seconds. Let me show you the jumping version. So burpee, jump to the side. All right. There's your burpee. Jump to the side. Got it? All right, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put my feet to the wall. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Burpee, optional push-up. Jump side. Jump other side. You can walk it out too. If you hit burpees, you can do push-ups. You can do squats. Do any exercise you want in place of this. This kind of puts it all together. It's an upper body and it's a lower body movement, which is why it's so difficult. 5 seconds. Get one more burpee in. All right, for this last one, because burpees are so intense, I just brought it down a little bit. Curtsy lunge to curtsy lunge, but staying low. So I'm not doing a curtsy lunge and standing up. Stand up if you need, but my goal here is
Ready?
nice and low. Go ahead, Bernie. Start. So I intentionally didn't add any jumps to this one just because I was doing burpees in the previous exercise. But if you want to add a jump, I would add a jump right here. If you want. There's a lot of leg muscle endurance here when we don't strain the leg at all. So the jumping actually gives you a little break. If you jump, for a moment your leg is straight and there's no weight bearing on that muscle. So, okay, back to the burpee. Maybe your heart rate's coming down a little bit, so we've got to drive it back up. Part of interval training. This is your heart rate journey.
Ready?
It's going to depend on how much weight you have in your room, actually. But feel free to go as far to the side as you can. But you want to land with both feet at the same time. It's not a staggered landing if you can help it. Try not to stagger the landing. Okay. All right. One more 40-second of work, then we'll get another minute of rest. Then we're going to go into Tabatas. All right, get ready for that curtsy. Let's go. So notice that the toes and the knees are always turned out. Even if I cross this diagonally behind me, it's still turned out. The knees and toes are still aligned with each other. Okay? Chest is up, raise abs. There isn't a time in this exercise where the toes and knees aren't aligned with each other. It's for your safety, joint alignment. Effective and safe technique. 3, 2, and 1. Take your minute. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the first exercise, if you can remember it, is that blast off plank and then the rear leg kick. But we're doing Tabata time. So every 20 seconds we're changing. All right, I know in the past I've done, where I've done 2 Tabatas, 2 20 seconds in a row, same exercise, but no, this time I'm going to switch up, down, up, down. Basically, that 10 seconds gives you just enough time to get down on the ground or get up on your feet. All right, so no pausing there. But we do have about 30 seconds left of this rest. Let's take advantage of that. What, Izzy is just patiently sitting there, huh? Oh my gosh. So, okay, we're doing Tabata. Ready? In 10 seconds. Get ready for that blast off push-up. I mean, it's not a push-up, sorry. Blast off single knee drive. Here you go. Let's go. Blast off single knee drive. Go quickly as you can with good form. I don't do Tabata first because I want you to learn the form during the 40-second round. And during the shorter round, you're familiar with the exercise so you can go a little faster. 5 more seconds. Go quickly. And stand up. Stand up. Position your legs. We're getting ready to kick and switch. Time to go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Very, very short transition time. And then you can go faster to really drive the heart rate up in a 20-second length. All right, come on, finish it. Get down on the ground. By the time you set up your hands, get into that plank, it's time to go. Let's go, let's go. Round 2. There's 4 rounds for a total of 8 minutes, 20 seconds times 8. And we're just alternating between the 2 exercises, doing it 4 times each. That was a lot of math in one sentence. All right, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. One of the feet is for myself because I'm trying to process what I'm saying. Let's go. Remember the low impact version? You can switch. You want to switch the rear leg though, then you kick it. So your muscles are already tired from the previous rounds. Pause. So that so by the time you get to Tabata, you're starting from a pre-fatigue state, so don't be super hard on yourself. Let's go. We're moving. Shoulders, abs, and legs here. All right, stand up. Stand up. Oh, I'm gonna start with my other leg first because I keep starting and ending on the same leg. Okay. It's usually a good idea to start with different legs anyways. You don't want to favor one leg. Oh, block my arms. Absolutely. Oh, no. It's not the last round. I just meant the last one for that 20 seconds. Now this is the last round of each. Here you go. I'm starting to really have an exercise substitution for wrist. Basically, if you have a wrist injury, you can't really modify any of these. All right, lunges. You're gonna have to just completely change the exercise. Like push-ups and stuff, it just has to be done on the wrist. I'm sorry. Last 20 seconds of work. Let's go. Remember to be sloppy at the expense of speed. Technique first. We're good. Take a minute. Take a minute. All right, so now we have that bear plank. Tap, tap, jump back into a push-up, and our squat side step with a jack. All right, take another 30 seconds or so. How are we doing? Good, good, good. Nice, nice. Yeah, definitely drink that water. Okay. So again, you've already seen all these exercises. At this point, there is nothing new. All right, and then you want to get your heart rate down so we can drive it back up again. In 10 seconds, first exercise, get into a bear plank, please. Bear, plank, hands wider than shoulders. Good, let's go. Tap, tap. And by the way, if you'd rather do more push-ups and skip the taps, go for it. Do non-stop push-ups going from bear to jump out. Just skip the taps. I don't think I could do a lot of push-ups if it was 20 seconds non-stop. All right, stand up. Get into your squat. Get into your squat. So 2 steps, and then out in. Join me, join me. If you want to do non-stop jumps, you also can do that. Just, remember, this is your workout. I'm here to just give you ideas. You can make it as challenging as you want it. Take out exercises you don't like. All right. I'm going to take out the taps and try this non-stop push-up. See how it works. Let's go. I might last 10 seconds though. Ugh. There's 10 seconds. Looking good. All right. Up, up. Start. If you need a longer than 10-second break, that's fine. Just take it. Join when you're ready. The timing is, it's something that helps keep track of what we're doing, but it's not the end-all be-all. If you need to pause and break before the timer rings, then do it, all right? As long as you feel challenged. All right, I'm adding the taps this time. Let's go. Stand up. Oh, geez. It's a lot of work standing up and going back down. Part of the workout, I guess. Go, go, go. This is the third round or the third pair. We have one more of each exercise after this one. One more of the bear, jump back to push up, and one more of these. Keep your butt low. Keep your head a certain height. Okay, that's it. I like to start a bear, but you don't have to. You can start with your push up, and tap, tap. Okay. Last one of this one. Last one of this lateral squat walk. Oh, I go. I always go the same way, even though I'm like, oh, you should try to start a different direction with a different leg. And then somehow, I always start on the same side of the mat because of the way I do my push-ups. So much for that. We're good. Okay. Take another water break, and then we have our last round. And then, believe it or not, today we're gonna do 5-minute abs. Actually, I might do 6-minute abs. I'm actually gonna see how much time we have at the end of this. I know I've allotted some time for at least 5 minutes, but sometimes it just varies on how long the breaks are here. So, might be 5, 6, 7, something like that. Whatever takes us to 40 minutes. Whatever takes us to 6:40. All right, last 2 exercises. Reminder, we have our burpee, lateral jump squat, or just walk to the side, keeping the squats, keeping the knees bent, and then our curtsy lunge. The burpee should really, really get your heart rate up. All right, here we go. In 10 seconds, we start. Get that heart rate up with the burpee. In 3, 2, 1, go. Reach your arms before you get your feet back there. So you find that plank before you do the push-up. Keep in mind the push-up's optional too. Last one. Okay, getting ready. Curtsy lunge. I feel like I don't really need a break. So I just started, but you can join me now. I don't know if I want to do any extra burpees, but I don't mind doing extra of this. If you want to get your heart rate up more, you can just add that jump here, right in the center. All right, pause. Get ready for burpees. If you don't feel like you need this 10-second rest, go into the burpees. Go into the burpees now. Otherwise, start now. Go. Really not much of a rest. Barely made it, barely made it. Okay. Curtsy. Oh, I started the same leg again. Whoops. Man. Come on. Old habits really die hard. Where I just like to start with a certain leg. Really hard to untrain that habit. It's good to pay attention to those kind of habits you have, though. Kind of creates sort of our current body, our asymmetries. Stop, stop. Keep going. Go. Give it this time. There's only 20 seconds of it. Ah, and I'll go for that last one. I should attempt one more, but I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna start on the side. Woo! I did it. I remembered. Let's move. This is the second to last round, so one more burpee, one more this, and then it's time for abs. Non-stop abs. It's actually really core muscles, so it's not just abs. All right, that's it. It's also spine muscles, so we're gonna do our spine and transverse abdominis. Anything. Here we go. You got this. Give me the best 20 seconds of burpees. Stay low with that squat. Low, low, low. Chest up when you jump. Chest up when you walk. Okay. I'm going to start my last curtsy this way. That's it. You can do it. Keep moving, keep moving. 16 seconds left. 20 seconds seems really long, and 20 seconds seems really short. I don't know why. What I mean by that is, there are 40 seconds. Obviously, I know 40 seconds is longer than 20 seconds. What I meant is 20 seconds feels longer than 40 seconds. And 20 seconds feels shorter than 20 seconds. That's what I meant. Okay. It is 6:36. So I want to go until 40. So I'm going to do 5 minutes abs instead of 4 minutes. I want to do at least 5 minutes. I was going to say I'll do 6 minutes if we have more time. But here we go. If you can get down on your mats, we're going to start. Now, the way I would think about abs is I'm going to give a wide variety of abs and do what you can. Take breaks when you need. I'm going to go nonstop until this timer rings in 5 minutes. If you don't like a plank, modify it, do something else, keep doing crunches. Watch your head and neck, keep your feet on the floor if you need to. All right, let's go. I'm going to start with the basic crunch. I'm going to reach over my kneecaps. I'm going to keep my chin tucked. This is not momentum based. Move with control so you know your abs are doing the work to lift the shoulder blades off the floor. I'm not putting my head down. Shoulder blades down, shoulder blades up. Good. I'm going to straighten my front leg, the leg that's closer to you. And now I'm going to reach my arms to the outside of that straight knee. So I'm rotating towards you. I'm rotating towards the straight leg. Give me 2 more, and then we're going to switch. Switch the leg, switch the rotation. So fire up those quadriceps to keep your leg straight. You don't want a limp leg in the air, you want a strong one. Reach to the outside of that knee. 2 more. All right, good. Bring the hands behind the head, and we're going to do a circular rotation. So I'm going to turn to one side, I'm going to come to the center, and go to the other, and then down. So don't want it not be a perfect circle, but you want to go right, center, left, and then down. Good, support the neck, keep the elbows wide. Again, it's not about it being a perfect circle. Now switch directions. So it's like you're going up in the oblique first, and then you immediately come to center, do the other oblique, and then down. Shoulder blade down, one shoulder blade up, both shoulder blades up, another shoulder blade comes down, all right? How you make that circle? Good, give me 2 more, and then we're gonna flip onto our stomach, because your abs are probably really fatigued. So rather than stop moving, we just do the opposing muscle group. Well, if that's fine, you can always have your hands down for support. All right, this is like a little ab stretch, but you're also working the muscles of the spine. Take your legs at least shoulder distance apart. Reach opposites. Reach. Reach and lift. I still have one forearm on the ground for a little support though. Reach right arm, left leg. Lift left arm, right leg. One more on each side. Good. Get your elbows underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, brace your abs. See, relax the abs, brace the abs, squeeze the butt, lift. You're in your plank. Scoot your toes back a little bit. Get your shoulders behind your elbows. Now rock forward. Shoulders over elbows, rock back. Forward and back. Option to hold the plank without rocking. You might have to adjust your feet here and there. Good, let's take it to the side. You can face me. Option to drop the bottom knee or keep the legs stacked. Lift. Obliques. Strong through the shoulder, especially the bottom shoulder. Give me 2 more. Take it to the other side. If you have this knee down, bottom knee down, have the bottom knee down on the other side. Lift for 10, 9, 8, as high as you can. 6, 5. Really contract the bottom obliques. 3, 2, 1. Come to center plank again, onto your wrist. Of course, option to keep the the elbows down and hold. If you're on your wrist, let's add some knees to the outside. Open up those hips. I'm going to the outside of the same side elbow. The right knee goes to the outside of the right elbow. Left knee to the outside of the left elbow. You can do this on your elbows too. It's just a little more challenging. You've got to lift the leg a little higher up from that. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. With 10 more seconds, let's finish with some crunches. Pull up, V-ups. And that's it. We're done. Give me one more. High five. Okay. Let's actually stretch from here. First of all, stretch your abs by arching your back off the mat. And then bend your knees and push those hips up. Hip flexor stretch. Okay, believe it or not, that's a stretch. Take one knee and pull it to the opposite side. Arm on the knee side, reach it to the side to anchor the shoulder blade. So I have my right arm to the right, I have my right knee to the left. Relax. Allow yourself to feel that twist. So you're stretching the obliques, the lower back, the outer thighs, the glutes. If you want to get to the hamstring, you can straighten this leg, the top leg. And again, reach that arm back and you get this chest stretch and bicep stretch. Lots of things being stretched there, lots of muscles. Other side. Just really a great stretch overall. Really try to relax into it though. Try not to hold on to tension as you're doing the stretch. Oh, I sweated a lot more than I thought I would. All right, rock yourself up however you like. Reach for your toes. You're stretching across the upper back here when you separate the shoulder blades. You get into the hamstring. If you're really tight, you can also do it like this, one knee bent. Good. The more you get your chest to the thigh, the deeper the stretch. So what you can do is grab whatever you can grab and then bend the elbows. Okay, so let's stand up here because it's always important to do the quad stretch. All the lunges and squats we do basically are all powered by the quadriceps. That's also a good chance to test your balance. One day, if I can't do this, I'll know that I've lost my balance. But until then, I'm still good. Practice this daily. Let's do some big arm circles again. Forwards and backwards. Our shoulders are involved in everything, so it's always good to do this stretch before and after class. And then release that lower back. Release the heel as you rotate. Let those arms whip around you. Well done. Give yourself a pat on your sweaty back. Well done, well done. Let me know how things are.